Okay, so it's Monday morning and you're listening to this little broadcast. How you doing? Hey, listen, I heard the weather was going to be a little crazy today, and in actuality, while I'm recording this, it is coming down buckets here in New York City. Ay, 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 ay. Well, let's pretend it's a rainy morning by you, and of course, hopefully it is not a rainy morning by you, but let's pretend for a minute. And I brought you your favorite cup of coffee, which is hiding behind my picture here. And we're going to have a little bit of a chat about something that I believe is very important that you know. Hang on. Good morning, wherever you are. How you doing? This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I truly love, love, love helping people keep some more of their own hard-earned money. Could that be you? You know, every single time you hear an Instant Coffee with Jan audio, you will inevitably hear how much I love to help people keep their own hard-earned money. Why is that so important to me? With all the topics that I could have covered for a channel on here, I chose this. Not initially, as most people know, it started off in a different direction. And then all I did one day was, have a little bit of a chat about the envelope system, my envelope system, because it works. But then I noticed it got recognized. I said, wait a minute, perhaps there's a need. Now, I've been on this platform for over 5 years. And now I can officially say that because not long ago, I celebrated my 5th year anniversary doing this. Well, it didn't hit my goal of 5,000 subs yet, but that's another subject. But I have the rest of this year to do that. I really would like to hit that by the end of my YouTube year. Anyway, but that's not so important. I call that beauty metrics. It just looks cute. Oh, that number 5 under the video. The main thing is that the ones who are here are listening, and maybe someone might be getting something out of some of my messages. Now, why did I choose the saving money thing? Well, it's something we need to have. I've been watching a few videos lately because I do my research too online to take a pulse as to what is going on. I mean, I know my world, my little inner circle world, and in my inner circle world, thankfully, I don't have some of the concerns that maybe someone else has. Okay. I don't have all the answers either. But here's the thing, I always say this, and I might sound repetitive: an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Now, a lot of people, most of people that I know, maybe not necessarily did we have a formal education in terms of money management, personal finance. I am so glad that we live in the time that we do right now. As far as availability of information goes, we could look back in the old days when people didn't really know the detrimental effects of smoking. Okay. Some people thought 70 years ago all it did was stunt your growth. That's what I heard parents and people older than the parent generation say to me. I never smoked one cigarette in my entire life. Never. Had no desire, just didn't do it. However, I pass no judgment on anyone who did. But today, to say the information isn't out there, we're talking about information right now. To say the information about the possible consequences that could happen, it would be a lie. It would be a lie to say that the information is not out there. Same thing with financial. So, why did I choose this subject? I have a passion for this because it breaks my heart when I hear certain stories of how people might be living. And I ask myself, could this not have been avoided? Again, An ounce of prevention is worth the pound of cure. Here's where a lot of people start off. One, maybe in their background, their families never talked about financials. Never. Okay. I mean, I remember back in my generation when I was a kid, which was about 7,000 years ago, in the dinosaur days, just saying. But really, no joke, though. No joke. A lot of people would say things, ooh, let's not talk about money in front of the kids. That was like the norm. That was like the norm. Parents thought they were doing their kids a favor. Then you went to school and you never got any education in financials. Then you go to high school, somebody throws you some information like you're looking at, like it was like, what? Like, what? I remember that, my first bookkeeping course. Yeah, we got stuck with that, whether we liked it or not. And you know how much I love math, right? But maybe if I was exposed to it a little more, it might have been a better thing. So hopefully today, people are getting the information. 20 years from now, no one could say we didn't get the information. Information is out there. The person or persons have to really want to do something about it. So let's start the basics. Sometimes people have a low self-esteem and they can't believe that they could save. They just give up. They give up practically the starting age. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm too old. No, 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 no. Throw all those fallacies out the window. I don't want to hear you're too old to start. No, no, no. I don't want to hear, well, my parents never taught me. That may be true, but other people are teaching you and you're looking for the information, and that is a plus. I really admire it. I really, really do. So you have to ask yourself on a daily basis. I mean, not be obsessed with it. Please don't think about being obsessed with saving money. There's a difference. You don't want to live an uncomfortable life either. You don't want to hear a nagging voice in the background type thing. But instead, choose to look at it this way. I live in a place of choices and decisions. I don't have to buy that very expensive porterhouse steak when I could buy a chuck roast, place it in a slow cooker, and let it cook nice and slowly. And I'll have some delicious, nice, soft, melting in your mouth meat. Choices, choices. Unfortunately, a lot of people like the quick decisions and the quick results. That's part of the problem. Wanting quick decisions and quick results. Well, sometimes it's okay, but most of the time I've noticed, at least in my lifetime, sometimes always going the quicker route may not necessarily be the easiest route at the end of it all, honestly. Well, let's talk about prevention of certain things. There are some devastating consequences that can occur when certain bills aren't paid. Example, like the upkeep of, as they say, your four walls. Now, some people don't even blink an eyelash because they know their four walls are taken care of month in, month out, month in, month out. Great. But what about the person who wants it to be taken care of by themselves, right? Independently, and they're still not there yet? Take heart. There are so many jobs out there or things one can start before you land in a bad place without having a home or facing eviction. I don't know why eviction has been on my mind lately to help people try to avoid it. I don't know, because God has put these videos in front of me out of nowhere and I'm watching them and I'm thinking maybe I need to target that kind of an audience. The audience I seem to get are the homeowners. Love ya, love ya, thinking of ya. But I also want to outreach to the folks who really, 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 really need to hear this. Maybe some homeowners need the reminders too. I don't know. I really don't know. But God has placed it in my heart lately to talk about prevention. Prevention. Is it easy? No, no. And there are some things one must avoid. The biggest thing of all, don't get into credit card debt. Don't get into debt. We oftentimes talk about credit card debt. Well, that is a serious debt to get into. However, there are other debts that people get into as well. Prioritize the things that are truly important. Sit down, all of us, examine our habits. I had to make some cuts a few months back because everything's going up. Everything has affected everybody. Okay. We are all affected. We are all affected. It's crazy. But I rather am so glad to think that I did sit down and cut out this, cut out that. And for me, these weren't such detrimental things that really helped me, keep an eye open and keep things the way I like them to be kept. To live below your means is essential. It is very, very essential. You can't put a 5 pound bologna in a 1 pound bag. You can't live like you're a millionaire when you're not even a thousandaire. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just saying the truth. So think about everything. Try to prevent situations. Save, save, save. Earn, earn, earn. Figure out a way. Perhaps you could sell a product. Perhaps you have so much stuff around that you should be selling anyway to declutter and utilize that money for an emergency fund. Now, I know I'm going off a little bit longer on this Money Monday type show, but it is worth it. So I hope you enjoyed your fake cup of coffee. When I say fake cup of coffee, I'm talking about the picture behind that I introduced the show to today. But I really hope that you enjoyed your real cup of coffee and enjoying your real day. And of course, you're not going to hear too much, but the bird clock just went off. It wouldn't be a morning without it, now would it? All right, so let's think about prevention. Let's think about building up savings. Let's think about, and after that, go on to the next level, and that's wealth building. But that's other channels. Right now, my concern are the grassroots people who need to start somewhere. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to get started. That's another show. Have an amazing, fantastic day.